We want to get some of your hot takes. We want to know some of what you believe are some of your hottest takes. We are a hot take show.
Yeah.
And we want to maybe talk about them and dispute them. So
let's go by category. I want like give us a. Do you have a Star Wars hot take?
Yeah, sure. Revenge.
He's like, let me flip through my list.
Here we go. Revenge of the Sith is the best movie by a long shot.
Okay.
A long shot.
Why do you use phrases like long shot?
Because it's one of the best payoffs of like a whole saga of movies of all time.
His turn to the dark side is so rushed and poorly acted.
I don't believe you at all. I think that not only do the prequels have, like, just those 3 movies themselves, there are so many subtle moments where you can see Anakin is being betrayed by the government and the council that he works for. But then the Clone Wars also add to it in a million ways on how he is struggling with all this pressure of being the chosen one, but not getting everything that he wants. And I think it was just beautiful how it's like at every turn, like Yoda, Mace Windu, even Obi-Wan in aspects are like ignoring the signs. You know, they're so focused on the war and trying to find the Sith that they don't realize that. Like I always say, it's like the Jedi Council turned Anakin, not Palpatine. You know, Palpatine was just like a good treat for him that he kind of deserved. Like he wanted to save Padme and no one was listening to him. He didn't feel like he could talk to anyone about it except for Palpatine. And I think that just shows the flaws in the Jedi.
I, without question, will agree with you that Clone Wars, the show, makes Revenge of the Sith a better movie. That being said, if your movie needs to be made better by a TV show, it's probably a sign of how not good that movie is.
And I disagree. You know, again, it's like the Clone Wars only adds to it. It's sprinkles. It's the cherry on top. Like everything is shown in the prequels that you need to know and understand about Anakin.
So where's Empire and New Hope?
Empire and New Hope, I don't know. They're probably like middle of the list.
What else is above those 2?
Attack of the Clones, Rogue One.
I don't like sand.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's rough.
Best cinematic line. Like you're still quoting it 20 years later. Tell me that's not iconic.
I wish I could just wish away my feelings.
You're bringing tears to my eyes right now. Okay. You're putting me right back there.
Wow, that's crazy.
It gave me pause because I really like Man of Steel. I like it a lot.
It's his least favorite movie of all time.
It's your favorite movie of all time?
It's my least favorite movie
Look
of all time.
Look at the wall. Dude, Man of Steel's not bad.
He gave it to me as a gag gift.
What is your deal with Man of Steel?
Superman, when growing up, was my favorite character. Mm-hmm. And I do not know if there is a movie that takes a character, other than Last Airbender, that movie, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, that takes any character and from my view of Superman, just takes a complete dump on it. I think they do everything that matters wrong.
Where did they take the dump specifically?
Pa Kent dies because of a tornado.
Okay.
Right? In the comics and in the Christopher Reeve movies, he dies because of a heart attack. And it teaches Clark the very valuable lesson that he cannot save everyone. Yes. You know what he can save his father from? A fucking tornado.
Okay.
Number 2. Superman mass murders. It is not it's not a exaggeration to say that Superman is responsible for a 9/11 level event in Metropolis.
Okay.
Because and they explain this in Batman v Superman because they got so much backlash for killing so many innocent people. Mm-hmm. But very easily you can have that battle happen somewhere where they're not killing trillions of people.
Yes,
every time he lasers straight through a building, around a building, and knocks it down, literally 9/11ing it, or every single time that he throws Zod into a building, at the end when he kills Zod, which I also don't like, but at the end when he kills Zod to save 5 people, it doesn't fucking matter because he just killed 10,000. And 10,000 is the number Zack Snyder confirmed it. So that's number 2 and 3 of like the 3 main reasons that I strongly dislike that movie. But it comes down to, at the end of the day, they took Superman and they made him Batman. I don't know if you saw the Superman and Lois show. I haven't seen it, but I did see the trailer. And when he saves the car, and it's the original comic panel.
And he walks over to the kid after.
And then he goes right up to the kid and hands him back his hat. And here's
nice
like,
cape.
Here you go,
my mom made it.
My mom made it. And smiling and flies off.
Refreshing.
Man of Steel Superman never does that. Never smiles. He's always upset. And that is not Superman.
Okay. First off, First off, listen, I agree with like a large majority of what you said, right? I saw him casually float over the oil tanker as it careened into a building behind him and didn't even look behind him when the shit went up in flames. I saw that shit. However, you got to look at the context for what this movie is, right? And it's different from like, oh, the happy-go-lucky boy that was raised in Kansas, his dad died of a heart attack, and then, you know, he's like, I'll be a good guy. No, he's born in, this is a Superman of today's world, right? And how many times have we always like postulate, what if Superman existed in the real world? Our real world is fucked up. And I don't think he's Batman in a sense because Batman has a lot of mental health issues. I think that this is a boy going into a man who wants to be good. However, the world is so xenophobic. They're so mistrusting of just people crossing borders. Fuck if you have superpowers. If you cross borders, people don't want you in their fucking like neighborhoods, right? Now you have this person who possibly could be a god, not only seeing you look at your own mortality, but they're also crossing the borders of the fucking world and saying, no, we're not fucking with that shit. And so Pa Kent did what any father would be and said, I don't want my son to be subjected to that just yet, right? But then you have the duality of his other father who said, the people may fear you, however, you have the ability to show them the way. Like, they will join you in the sun one day. You have to rise above that. And I love the story of Superman rising above the fear of humanity to be Superman versus I'm Superman because I am and I'm just gonna lead by example. It's like, no, if Superman was a real person raised in the real world, he will recognize all this shit. He will recognize that the people will not love him, but he will also recognize that I have to hold the emotional weight of being bigger than them. And that's what makes Superman great in this movie. I feel like if we would have got a Man of Steel 2 where he becomes that and he learns his lesson from that, from like fucking everything up and like going like, oh shit, I did a bad thing. I want to be better than that. I feel like because we were robbed of that, Man of Steel doesn't get the rightful love it deserves. Like, I feel like we just look at it in that vacuum because then we go into fucking Batman v Superman and we get that fucking Batman Superman where he's just scowling the entire time, like administering threats to Bruce. The bat is dead. Bury it. Like,
oh my gosh.
I don't like that shit because we got the wrong turn that we were not. This is not where we were headed. The only reason why we were headed there is because we were trying to keep up with Marvel. I can go on this shit all day, but Man of Steel, I feel like as a first Superman movie to like start it off and to start him off in a world that hates him, but he's rising above. I like that, and that's how I choose to see it.
No Way Home, I really don't like. There's not like, other than the fight in the hotel with Doc Ock.
What about the fight at the end? What about the fight? What about the talk on the top of the school? What about Aunt May's sacrifice?
It has some of the worst fights out of any of the Spider-Man movies. You have 3 Spider-Men and like 5 villains.
But you have Homecoming at 2?
And it's the
you have
most...
Homecoming at 2.
Yeah.
Tell me a single fight scene that's better than...
Homecoming's so much more clever than...
I'm talking about the fight scenes.
Fight scenes?
Give me one.
All of the ones with the Vulture. On the plane.
He doesn't fight him. That's not a fight scene.
It's an action sequence.
No, he's crawling. He's crawling
on the plane.
He whips a wing and pulls it this way. That's all he does.
I love Spider-Man. This is an action sequence, but I love when he's chanting under all the rubble and he has to like get up.
Yeah,
I like him.
The only thing anyone can ever say about Homecoming.
I like him bringing the boat together. And
which
stuff.
fails
That's
and
cool.
it falls apart again. By the way,
It's still a great sequence.
Yeah, it's great. He doesn't have to do the boat.
It doesn't have to do the whole point of the scene.
You have 3 Spider-Men and 5 villains, and there's nothing memorable about that fight. They're just... You don't even utilize the fact that Tobey Maguire has some of the best, most horrified screams in superhero history. Like, they don't utilize any of the Spider-Men well enough in that movie, and it's just like a visual mess, I think.
I was about to say, I have another one. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Guardians 2 is better than Winter Soldier.
Oh, no, like actually, like there's no way you actually
Guardians
believe
2
that.
is genuinely
There's no way you
better.
actually
No,
believe
I
that.
think
So
that,
are you one of the idiots that thinks that Guardians 2 is like the best MCU movie?
I think it's the best MCU movie. I rewatched Winter Soldier after you guys told me to. I thought it was not as good as you guys were saying.
Yo,
it was.
you're tripping.
I think
so this is you're low on Winter Soldier. You're not high on Guardians 2.
I'm not.
Because Guardians 2 is the worst MCU movie.
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said. The opening of Guardians 2 is fantastic.
The opening of Guardians 2 sucks.
What?
It's just selling you this little action figure. It's shoving this little toy down your throat. No, this is you succumbing to the Disney propaganda the product placement.
Succumbing to the Disney propaganda.
We didn't buy that.
Succumbing to the Disney propaganda.
This is disgusting.
Succumbing to the Disney propaganda.
Didn't buy that.
Succumbing to the Disney propaganda.
None of these are Disney products except for that. Bought that on the secondhand market.
Disney propaganda.
That's not Disney products. Those aren't
Clone
officially
Wars.
licensed.
I will say, no, I just genuinely enjoy Guardians
disgusting.
2. I think Winter Soldier is a good movie, right? I like Winter Soldier. I just prefer Guardians 2.
Why?
I think... Ego,
Also, I don't like...
I love Ego. I think Ego's a great villain. And I don't know what you guys are talking about, how you guys don't like him. I think he's a great villain.
He's fine.
I think Kurt Russell does a great job with Ego.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the comedy in it doesn't land for me.
Winter Soldier has epic moments. Overall has
and
epic
a great
moments.
story.
Okay. It builds.
You don't think Bucky and the relationship between him and Bucky and the Hydra twist and all that is good?
It's not. I think for me, it's more like the reason I'm not as high on Winter Soldier is because like I kind of knew what was already coming because I know the story already. So I
knew what was coming in Guardians 2. Another penis joke from Drax and Baby Groot being Baby Groot.
So that. So you just don't like the humor of Guardians 2? You just don't like the humor of Guardians?
The humor is so... Look, like, James Gunn, we get a lot of shit because we glaze James Gunn on this podcast.
You guys get a lot of shit for not liking Guardians 2. A lot of them like Guardians 2.
And they're idiots. Like, Guardians...
I think I would like it more on rewatch.
No, you wouldn't. I watched it 5 times. It sucks every time.
Yeah, but I don't agree with your
MCU
point about
movie.
Baby Groot.
So
I think Baby Groot is overall okay.
No, Baby Groot is the most exhausting piece of product placement that Disney has ever done.
That is the only thing I will agree with you about Guardians 2. I'd hate that the fact that they restarted it and then held him there for so long, strictly for product placement. But
that's all it is.
Everything else in that movie is fantastic.
No, not everything else. The penis jokes every 5 seconds are stupid. People like the...
You act like there's not dumb humor all through the MCU.
But the Guardians 2 humor is like...
It was forced.
Particularly dumb.
It's just like Ragnarok.
No. People...
I'm gonna get to that later.
Ragnarok was a breath of fresh air for that franchise. Let's
go!
Guardians 2 is James Gunn, who we glaze on this podcast and get a lot of hate for how much we glaze him. That's James Gunn going 10 steps too far. People love to glaze that joke early on in the movie where they're like, Anya lacks batteries. And he goes, Harbulary batteries. And he goes, that's not at all what I said. That is literally the stupidest joke in the MCU. That is not funny. That's not funny at all.
That's not the stupidest joke in the MCU.
What's the stupidest joke in the MCU?
Everything in Thor Love and Thunder when he's holding the fucking ships with his 2 legs like that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Your turn, sorry.
No, it's...
Oh, we're going this way?
Oh, okay. I think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better than most Spider-Man movies.
See, this is his take.
Let's go.
Let's go. The only movies I would put it under would be Into the Spider-Verse, No Way Home, and Spider-Man 2.
That's exactly what I do.
Yo, wait, you said that? Yeah. I take The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in a heartbeat over Homecoming, Far From Home. I love the Tobey movies. That always hold a special place in my heart. But for me, the OG, not OG. The TASM 2, I'll take that over the first TASM movie as well. Spider-Man 3, the first Spider-Man movie. And I think it's severely, severely underrated. The good definitely outweighs the bad. Because the good in that movie is some of the best.
Of the best, that's right.
And people bring it up, but they don't actually want to uphold it when they talk about the best Spider-Man movies.
I can't believe this. So we had Straw Hat on who agreed with me there and yelled at you for how crazy you are. And now you have somebody endorsing it. I can't do this.
Justice League 2017 is a masterpiece. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Disagree.
Listen.
I can't.
Listen. Let me explain. Because I could go disagree on this. Listen.
Oh my Lord.
Listen. Justice League.
I don't want to hear it.
I want you to hear it.
La la la.
The reason.
Fenwick Missile, British intelligence. Tomater, average intelligence. Is he done yet?
I'm gonna take the gamble button.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Ow.
Bull.
Okay.
Really?
Listen.
You like
I don't-
Justice League?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I absolutely
Crazy.
do.
Say bullshit. movie.
No, I
bad
think
movie.
I think it gets too much hate. I don't necessarily think it's a masterpiece, but at the end of that movie, I was happy. I was like, that's a superhero movie. I think they did a lot of things right. It's not as good as the Avengers. It's not as good as Marvel stuff, and I don't see why people say Zack Snyder's is infinitely better.
Zack Snyder's is infinitely better.
It's not.
It is
No,
infinitely better.
It's better, but it's not
Infinitely better. If this
Absolutely.
question was Snyder Cut, I would have said yes, masterpiece.
No,
That
you
was a
can't
good
make a
Snyder
movie.
Cut is excellent.
No,
It
you
was.
can't make a movie an hour longer, make it a square in black and white, and automatically like it changes everything about it.
You should
No.
not be allowed to talk about DC ever again.
No.
All of your DC
Fuck
opinions
no.
are horse. You don't like Dark Knight Rises. You like the Justice League. I bet you like Wonder Woman 84.
No, that was garbage.
yeah,
that movie
probably
sucked.
does.
How about
That-
do you like Green Lantern? Yeah, you do.
No,
You
no,
jackass.
no,
Fucking
no,
like
Dude, you
it.
suck.
no.